There's a question on the back of your election ballot if you live in Norfolk or Portsmouth. Do you want a casino?
But will you be getting what you vote for? Maybe not. You've seen the pictures of what could be coming to those cities, but what you may ultimately see in each city depends on how the other votes. Here's what 10 on Your Side's Brett Hall uncovered.
From the moment both cities indicated they'd be throwing the dice at the chance of developing a casino in their communities.
This is our Amazon.
Fun, a world-class experience.
Promotional videos and renderings have promised a profitable, luxurious resort-style atmosphere of the likes the region has never seen before. Of course, also just as soon concerns arose as to if both could deliver on those promises, being that the proposed sites are less than 7 miles apart.
Are two casinos feasible in this market given the proximity of Norfolk and Portsmouth? And they are.
But when 10 on Your Side went digging through some of the agreements made between developers and the cities, laying out specifically what must be built if voters approve the respective projects, let's just say the houses have the option to play it safe. The Pamunkey Indian Nation, who has partnered with Tennessee billionaire John Yarborough to develop a casino next to Harbor Park, says they are committed to bringing 3,000 slot machines, 150 table games, and a 4-diamond 300-plus room hotel to the waterfront plot. A spokesperson for the project, Jay Smith, says it will total a $500 million investment.
If the city's ready to move forward, we're ready tomorrow.
However, as part of the agreement to buy land, the tribe would face no penalty if they substantially downgraded those plans. The city's only holding the developers to 150 slots, 25 table games, and a 150-room hotel. That would make it just a little bit larger than Rosie's Gaming Emporium in Hampton, with a hotel comparable to the ones near the airport on Military Highway. Smith feels the larger investment is the one that will actually happen.
Those are all assumptions that Portsmouth also passes. So we are not going to, if Portsmouth happens to also pass their referendum in November, we're not going to have to scale back.
Rush Street Gaming also watching closely what happens in Norfolk, because in their deal with Portsmouth to build a $300 million resort casino off Victory Boulevard, language is included that will allow them to not build a hotel at all if Norfolk's casino opens and Portsmouth's gaming revenue isn't strong enough. We asked Portsmouth Economic Development Director Robert Moore if it's important for voters to know that.
What they should know is certainly that this is a phased approach. There are phases to this process and phases to this project, and those phases could change.
He says the development agreement actually gives them the flexibility to bring on board another developer to build the hotel. Are you confident you can find someone else?
So where we are is we're confident that Rush Street is the right partner and that Rush Street has done everything they need to and said that they will do up until this point.
Rush Street Gaming deferred all questions about the development agreement to Moore. But when I informed a casino expert about the terms of the deal, he had this to say.
I'm not too familiar with the bid that's worded in that with those kind of contingencies.
Dr. James Carmel says this isn't the first time in this country that casinos would be in close competition. He says if they happen to both be built, his number one piece of advice?
Really being very effective at what I call niche marketing towards certain populations, certain demographics, like young men who like to play table games, for example.
He says that way both could become destinations in their own right, no matter what the final product ends up looking like. In Portsmouth, Brett Hall, 10 on Your Side.